So what's happening, guys? Back with another supplement review. This is David with Mission to Muscle, and I just got done training, so I'll try to calm down here. Energy's still up. Trained for 2 hours, so just so you know, it kind of gives you an idea on this pre-workout on what it delivers as far as energy-wise. But I'll get into all that after I go over the ingredient profile. What we're going to review today is Kaged Pre-Workout Elite. And they say that there's, right on the bottle here, it gives you kind of a rundown, 10 grams of L-citrulline, 5 grams of creatine, and 3.2 weight. I just read this right now, and there is not 5 grams of creatine in this thing. We'll get into it in the ingredient profile. I don't like that. I'm sorry. Okay. 3.2 grams of beta-alanine and 388 milligrams of caffeine. So let me put the ingredient profile up. So right on the top here, ingredient profile, we got the pump and performance matrix, L-citrulline at 10 grams. That's a whopping dose. Vasodilation pumps. Then we got beta-alanine at 3.2 grams. It's going to give you the more reps, more sets, less fatigue, the itching, the scratching, the pins and needles. Then we have the creatine mono at 3 grams. That's straight flat creatine. It's a good source. Monohydrate, I think, is the best source out there. Then we have creatine nitrate at 2 grams. So real quick, that is not 5 grams of creatine. That comes out to about a little over 4 grams of creatine and about 600 or so nitrates. If you calculate in my head real quick, the 1 gram of creatine nitrate and all this stuff. So there is not 5 grams of creatine. It's not a bad thing because 3 to 5 grams is what you should be getting a day. So they're right in there. I just don't like the mislabeling, you know, kind of like lies like that. If you're going to tell me there's 5 grams of creatine, I want 5 grams of creatine. Sorry. Then we have the power and burn matrix. So the power is going to come from the betaine anhydrous at 2.5 grams. That's for cell hydration, muscle endurance in the gym. And then we have a Carnipure, which is L-carnitine tartrate at 1.5 grams, which is going to help with endurance in the gym and stamina. So very good form of creatine for recovery and stuff like that. So different carnitine sources will deliver different effects. And this is the one that you want to use if you're looking for more endurance in the gym, a little bit of power, a little bit of fat burning, and better recovery. Then we have a cellular hydration and ATP amplifier matrix of taurine at 2 grams. This is for cell hydration, and it helps with balancing electrolytes in the body for the hydration effect, and also a little bit of energy, a little bit of blood flow. Then we have coconut fruit water powder at 500 milligrams. This is just going to be a lot of electrolytes. 500 milligrams isn't bad. And then we have ATP that has been proven, 150 milligrams. That's a decent dose. It's been proven to activate or, you know, amplify ATP production in the body so you have more energy. So it's actually a good ingredient. Then we have an energy and focus matrix, L-tyrosine at 2.5 grams. So when you get above that 2 gram mark of L-tyrosine, it's a different experience than a 1 gram or a 1.5. So a lot of people are going to have different effects on that. It's going to it's either going to amplify the energy effects or rev up your mental focus big time. Then we have caffeine, which is from natural sources at 388 milligrams. This is a good whopping dose. It's not really an everyday hitter, but, you know, it's kind of like, it just depends on your caffeine tolerance. Then we have alpha GPC at 300 milligrams. Decent. That's for cognitive function, focus, and concentration at 300 milligrams. Then we have Amity at 100 milligrams, which is a interesting ingredient. So this is an ingredient that is supposed to activate your mental concentration, your overall feeling, your mood, your well-being, somewhat like caffeine would without the caffeine kick, the epinephrine jolt that caffeine gives you in your body on your central nervous system. And it's a good ingredient. Then we have Heparin A at 10 milligrams. I don't know if that's an extract, 1%. So, you know, when they list that, if it's 10 milligrams of Heparin A, that's going to activate a lot of choline in the brain for more concentration and focus. So, Kaged Pre-Workout Elite. How did it do? So the first time you take this, well, let's get into this. The flavor. This is a fruit punch. And just so you know, the flavor on this, definitely tolerable. It's definitely good, but it's really really a sugar flavor. So I know it says fruit punch, but it's like almost drinking sugar. It's kind of an interesting, very strong sugary taste to it. So, you know, but it's not bad. I mean, if you like drinking, if you've ever had straight sugar, that's basically what it tastes like. And just so you know, and I have to let you know this is a must know. You need a scale with this one. So this is one scoop is supposed to be 36 grams on this as far as the serving. Just so you know, one scoop of this is a whopping 10 grams over. Kind of disappointed in Kaged for doing that, because, you know, they're pretty much on top of things. I mean, I like the company and the guy who runs it. I don't really know his name off the top of my head. Somebody else probably does, but, you know, he's really on top of things, and I like what he's doing in the industry as far as making different pre's for different people. But to have, you know, it listed on something that's got 388 milligrams of caffeine, where you're going to do a full scoop like this and get 10 grams over for like people that are trusting you, that's a lot more caffeine and stimulants than you would be, you know, expecting from the pre-workout. So on this particular one, I'm not even gonna tell you knock it around or anything like that. That's 10 grams over. You kind of need a scale on this sucker. I mean, unless you want to just take the 46 grams and just have a heck of a, you know, amplified experience. This goes for about 54 bucks on Amazon. And I'll put a link down below where I got it, just in case you're curious about it. So when you first take this scoop, the energy starts to kick in around 30 minutes. And from 30 to 45 minutes, it elevates. And then from 45 minutes to an hour, you want to be in the gym, because this doesn't give you an anxious feeling, but it really, really revs up your energy. I meant, this feels like 400 milligrams of caffeine without jitters or anything like that. So no jitters, no funny feelings whatsoever. It's very, very smooth, but hits really, really hard. And it lasts. So like I said, 2 hours training, and I feel like I can do some more training in there. So it's a lasting formula. It lasts for a couple hours after the gym and slowly dials down. So you don't crash on or anything like that. So it's a good thing. The focus on this thing, so it's an interesting focus. So when you're dealing with that much L-tyrosine, along with, you know, a little bit of choline and then ampati, you get people are going to experience different things, but you get a very good sense of well-being and a very motivated feeling as far as the focus and the cognitive effects on this. So it's very good as far as making you feel good and driving you in the gym. As far as focus and concentration, it's upper level, but it's kind of you're so motivated and driven and so concentrated in what you want to do that the focus is very kind of, I said this, I think in my last review, dialed into you. So you don't have much thought going on other than what the mission is. And if your mission is a mission to muscle like mine, it works out really good in the gym, because you will crush your freaking workout as far as thinking wise. So energy and focus on this are very high level. This is not a beginner pre whatsoever. This is an intermediate to advanced pre-workout with a scale for pre-workout users. So do not, as a beginner, even think about buying this at this moment, because it hits very, very hard as far as the energy and the mental energy. The pumps on this thing, surprising enough, with the elevated energy on this, the pumps are decent. So that L-citrulline and that creatine nitrate, you won't need any pump formulas on this. This delivers actually a very good pump, more so when the energy starts to dial down. So that energy is so high in the very, very get-go. I didn't feel much pumps in the beginning of the workout, but surprising enough, I'd say an hour in, when the energy started to die down a little bit, I started feeling more pumps, and I started noticing more vasodilation. Now, this is not a cell swelling pump. This is more of a tightness pump and a vascular pump that you're going to get on this. Very, very good. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I can actually give you on a review on this thing as far as a rundown. I think I'm good. The only thing, like I said, the only two things I didn't care about on this pre-workout, As far as the marketing, that they put 5 grams of creatine right on the label there when it's an outright lie. And the scoop being 10 grams over. Those are the only downsides as far as this pre-workout. Other than that, this is a kicker. This is worth it to buy if you want to go into the gym and you want to be focused, crush it, and go ahead and start your day right afterwards. As far as a night pre, it does dial down after 2 hours, so give yourself 4 hours before you're going to go to bed, you know, when you take this. That way you're not up at night. So, Kaged Pre-Workout Elite. This is Dave. I'm heading up to eat, and then I'm off to work. We'll see you guys next time on the channel.